So hi everyone, the Pink Aviatrix here, back again with another story time. Listen to me, flight training was one of the hardest but one of the best things that I've ever done in my life. So I thought it pertinent to share some of my stories that would help to inspire and basically give you the real facts about what really goes on with flight training. So stay tuned. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, the Pink Aviatrix. Subscribe if you haven't already, like this video and share it if you find it helpful. So on this particular flight, I was supposed to be doing sixth. I was supposed to be doing 6 full stop taxi backs. Yeah, so I was supposed to be trying to get more comfortable flying by myself and also just build up my solo hours, right? And I was also recording the flight. So I was by myself, so the passenger seat was down and I had my little phone and I had it on selfie camera and I tucked the phone into the back pocket of the passenger seat, so I was able to record like inside the cockpit, not outside or anything. And this is me just starting out. So yeah, I was recording it just for my own purposes. And so yeah, I set off, did my first nice, coming around in the pattern again to do my second, right? So it's not touch and go off again, it was land fully, vacate the runway, and then taxi back to the starting point or to the whole short line to take off again, right? To get takeoff clearance again. So yeah, so that's what I was supposed to be doing, right? So I did my first one, made a full stop landing, taxied back, and got my next takeoff clearance. Took off, everything was fine, coming back around to land again to do my next full stop landing to take off again for a third time. But when I did this landing, I was like, something I feel right, like
something alright. Something alright, yeah.
The nose wheel a shake so. And I was like, no, I can't stop the plane. I literally felt like I could not stop the plane fast enough. And I was like, I'm running out of runway. Make a decision, girl. So my decision was to do a touch and go because that was safer than trying to, skid off the runway or something like that. So I did my touch and go. So in aviation, it's aviate, navigate, communicate. So fly the plane, figure out where you're going, and then tell ATC. Right? So I didn't get a chance to tell ATC yet because I was still trying to handle the airplane, right? Remember, this is the second time I'm flying by myself, so there were nerves there as well. But at the same time, I legit felt like I couldn't stop the airplane. Alright, so took off again. By this time, there's a helicopter, and if you know me, you've probably heard this story already, but I'm telling it for my YouTube and my Instagram family. Yeah, so by the time I did my touch and let me get my little runway on my plane. So I came into land, touched, and it's like it wouldn't stop. It was going like this, and I was like, no. Came into land, did my flare, round out nice and touch, and then by the time I'm trying to stop now to leave the runway, the plane was going like this. Like the front wheel felt like it was going like this. And I was like, no, I can't stop the plane. The plane feel like it can't stop, so up again I went. Right? But the controller is expecting me to be on the ground. So when he looks and sees me taking off again, there was apparently a helicopter in the departure path, or like, trying to get somewhere else. I just hear him jump on the mic, helicopter, blah, 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 turn left now, heading so and so and so. And then he jumps on my case now. November 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What are you doing? You requested full stop taxi back and you're doing touch and go. And I'm like, I'm sorry, this is my second solo. I didn't even get a chance to explain to him what was happening, but yeah, he was like, I understand that you guys are training, but we depend on you to tell us what you need so that we can plan and this and that and the other. And I was like, yes, I know, but I felt like I couldn't stop playing. Like, come on. And like, to be honest, I feel like him coming on the air and like attacking me basically didn't really help my situation, because it's just like, I know, like I'm in ATC, I know. But yeah, suffice it to say, like stuff happens, and like you just have to be able to act quickly and take a decision based on your level of experience and based on your training that you think is in the best interest of the situation. Because as I said before, I don't feel like if I had stayed on the ground I would have been able to stop the airplane, because I don't know if it is that I came in too fast when I was landing, so I had excess speed, but there was just something that didn't feel right. And I was like, no, I need to go up again because I have more time when I'm in the air. I don't need the wheels when I'm in the air, really. So yeah, let me figure out what I'm gonna do on this next go around in the traffic pattern. So that's what I did, and I'm still here today to tell the tale. So yeah, hopefully anyone watching this video can learn from my experience. Here's me going up, and here's a helicopter dancing in front of me, right? And I thought, like, based on my training at the time, I was really low because I had just taken off. And I didn't understand that I could have done a climbing turn to get out of the way, right? So I'm just there, I'm like, I'm not high enough yet, I can't turn, I'm not high enough yet. So that was my reasoning, right? Lord Jesus. Lord Jesus was the one saving me and saving the control and saving the helicopter pilot, because that would not have been pretty. But yeah, I'm just climbing towards this. So the helicopter is going in the same direction as I am, right? So I think he may have done a takeoff or a departure using the runway to take off. But that helicopter didn't have wheels or anything, so it didn't taxi down the runway or anything. So yeah, we were both going in the same direction, but I was behind, and like he was here going like this, and I was just climbing towards him, and I was just like, I can't turn because I'm not high enough. Yeah, and ATC did not like it, right? And I felt really bad too, because by this time I had been working in air traffic control for, let's say, 2016, 17, 18, for 3 years. I was already in ATC for 3 years, right? So, and I've seen controllers, get upset or get frightened because, pilots doing something completely different than what they requested or than what they were instructed to do, right? So now to come and cause a controller to feel that excess pressure and whatever, I was just like, this is crazy. Like I'm supposed to know better, right? But as I mentioned, I felt like I couldn't stop the plane, so my decision at the time was just to go up again so I can figure out what's going on inside here, because I have more time when I'm in the air, right, than trying to stop it and end up run off the runway. So yeah, I did that, and the controller got on my case, and I was just like, I'm sorry, like literal tears. So here is it now. I came back and landed nice and alright, and then because I'm supposed to still be going, because this is only my second landing, and I'm supposed to do 6 of them. So I came, and by the time I landed, and like I was looking to the right of me to see like where I was so I could call ground and request my taxi instructions, right? I was looking to see which taxiway I was on. Alright, so by the time I'm looking over to the sign for the taxiway, like I catch a glimpse of my face in my phone. So let me get this phone. So the phone is like this way, down in the pocket of the passenger seat. And I look over there to, look and see where I am, and I catch a glimpse of my face, because like I wasn't near to tears at that time. And then when I saw my face, like looking flustered and everything, like the tears just came, and I just told ground, I said, ground, request taxi to parking. And they cleared me the taxi, and I was like, I'm not go back up today. Not going back up, because I was frightened. Like I almost ran up in my helicopter. Hello, that's scary. Yeah, but just saying it to say, like, some scary stuff happens to you. Like I've been through some scary stuff during flight training, but at the end of the day, you love it, and it's a learning experience. At the end of the day, you love it, and it's a learning experience. So it comes with its challenges. And one thing my instructor commended me on, because he was on the ground watching everything, and he had his radio, and he was saying it didn't look that bad, like calm down, it's not that serious. Like it wasn't that bad because I wasn't that close to the helicopter, but I guess the controller coming on sounding so frightened me, right? So yeah, he was like, it's not that bad, and I was just like, I'm not going back, I'm not going up again. And he was like, well, one thing though, that's good aeronautical decision making, because you realize that you were flustered, you were crying, you were like, no, I cannot fly under these conditions right now. So he commended me on that. So I was like, well, at least, because can you imagine me go up there again a ball and end up in our worst problems? I was just like, no. And ever since then, that particular airplane, I was like, I don't like this plane. I don't want to fly this plane. Because it felt like, I guess it's called the shimmy damper. Whatever stabilizes the nose wheel. It didn't feel stable. And I was scared. And I was like, I can't stop this ish. I don't want to run up the end of the runway. Like, oh no. Oh yeah. And my last story time, I talked about somebody who actually ran off the end of the runway. But they were fine. But yeah, that was another story. So you guys can check out that video. Basically, don't be afraid to make a decision and stick to it, because you know you are the one flying the airplane, and you feel like it's in the best interest of safety, and you know, based on your training and your experience at the time. Because if I had stayed on the ground and tried some gymnastics, maybe it would not have worked, right? So yeah, and I mean, ATC has to do what ATC has to do, but the pilots have to do what they have to do as well. And on that note, I have a series here on my channel called Pilots versus ATC. If you haven't watched it yet, make sure to watch it. And subscribe if you haven't already. And like this video if you haven't already. And follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you in my next one. It was going like this. I was like, no, I gotta go. Did my touch. Came into land, you know, flare, did my, it happens sometimes. And basically, don't be afraid to make a decision. And look at that.